host will be here soon. Yep.
Today I have with me Jonathan Shar,
David.
Ibby D, and myself, David D. Also, we've got Ronan from Bus Stop Films for promoting inclusion for disability through making films.
Yep.
Please
Thank you very much, David.
Please like and share, and if you've got any questions, put it in the comments box.
Yep, copy that.
Yep, thank you for that, and apologies. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being on the show with us. So, Ronan, how are you doing?
Going great, Ibby. How have you been? Yeah, good.
So, look, Ronan, before we get started, so Bus Stop Films is, I guess, an organization, that I guess does filmmaking and promotes disability inclusion. I love the work that you guys do. But that's enough for me. Ronan, can you tell us a bit about yourself and the story of how Bus Stop Films was founded and its mission?
Okay, so I'm Ronan Sousa from Bus Stop Films, and I'm one of the ambassadors of this film industry. So, Bus Stop Films started with a very special person named Genevieve Clay Smith, and she met a very special person named Jared, because Jared and Genevieve wanted to create something very special for the people with disabilities to discover, gain experience, and most of all, be given opportunities to work in the film industry. So Bus Stop Films is like an inclusive filmmaking business where people with disabilities can be taught so much information of every inclusive filmmaking there is to offer.
Sounds good. Thank you very much for that, Ronan. Ronan, building on that, Ronan, what inspired the creation of an inclusive film school focusing on people with disabilities?
So the inspiration of this is because it's so amazing for people with disabilities, and best thing of all too is that it gives people a lot of interest. Showing interest is the main key when it comes to the film industry. People are so motivated. They want to learn more and more when they come to Bus Stop Films each year. Because the more times people with disabilities come to Bus Stop Films, it turns out to be very exciting. The tutors at Bus Stop Films make every lesson so much fun.
That's awesome. Welcome to the show, Heather.
Hey, Heather.
Thank you for joining us. So do you want to just briefly introduce yourself?
I'm Heather Ridge, and I'm one of the ambassadors alongside Ronan as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Welcome to the show.
Moving on, Ronan. So moving on, how does the Bus Stop Films ensure that the filmmaking process is inclusive and accessible to people with disabilities.
So really, the reason being, it's because like people with disabilities, they want to feel very comfortable working in the film industry. They want to feel safe and make sure there's no issues at all. They just want to like be happy of where they want to be, and they want to make every lesson so much fun. And when I first started Buster Films, I didn't know what to expect, because like everything was like difficult for me, but straight away I discovered something really special. The students at the Buster Films class that I was in, they were so kind, helpful, and supportive towards me, and I began to enjoy the lesson much, much more. So the more times I went to Buster Films, the more comfortable and happier I became. And honestly, I think for people with disabilities who come to Buster Films for the first time, like I think it's best that every person in the film industry makes a person with disability feel welcome. They want to make that person feel welcome to the film industry.
Awesome. Thank you very much for sharing that.
Anything you want to add?
Anything I want to add? Okay, let me see.
Yeah. Heather.
No, Heather. So, Heather, if you wanna add
I think
anything, please do so.
I was exactly like Ronan. I was fairly shy when I first started at Bus Stop, and I only came in, I think it was like the second week it started back, and I just remember everybody was so kind. Our tutor and support workers were very kind, working with us on the various different projects that we've done in our classes, and I can vouch for that as well. So,
what's the most recent project that you've made?
So we made a little film called I've Got You. It hasn't hit any film festivals yet, but we hope it will soon. But one of our actresses, Lara, actually won an award at the Best of the Bus, and she did. She was absolutely brilliant on set, and she was so inspirational to everyone on our little film. So, and she had to carry the whole film as well, and it was so cool working with her.
I recently joined once this year. I did work with Bus Stop Films, where he's created like a movie, but it was non-visual. So it was practically a movie, but practically for the blind and for everyone else.
Yeah.
And experience the way.
Yeah, so our actress was actually blind in our film, and our film had to have someone with a disability, and we had a blind person playing Lara and playing Maya, and she was so good in the film, and hopefully that's been shown on the smaller screen and everything.
Yeah. Now, thank you for that, Heather. Next question. So, describe a time when a participant's unique perspective significantly influenced a film project. Ronan?
Yeah, so So okay, like influence the film project. So I would say, is that like how people create films or how people create films? So
yes. I guess what the questions are asking. When I guess but first I got into character, and how did I guess be portrayed in the
portrayed
film?
well, like people.
How did it reflect on
being is
them?
when it comes to filming, in this industry, it takes a lot of teamwork and it takes a lot of friendship and courage, and there's like so many activities, like each step in order to the film shoot, such as like storyboards, story writing, and even setting up the art design, production design, and and to be honest, there's like so many crew positions in the Buster Films industry. For instance, there's like director photography, first AD, known as first aid director, continuity, lighting, etc., etc. Like people with disabilities always work together each week to learn and discover what film they are making till the day of the film shoot.
No, awesome. Thank you. And Heather, is there anything you want to add?
I think for me, when we shot our first film, which was Fences, it was such a beautiful experience because we had to, and a different experience because we had to shoot on a farm, and we had two amazing actors who are well known to the business and given up their Sunday to shoot with us, and they gave us so much advice and gave us a lot of encouragement on set and even off set. I taken everything that I've learned from them to my role as ambassador, and I think it all comes down to everyone working together in a film.
Also, I'd like to add into it, like what Heather said. So, when I first started making a film at Buster Films, the very first film that I made with the group was a stop motion film called One Giant Leap. And the special reason was it was shown one time at the Vivid Lights display. Yeah, so
Cool.
One Giant Leap shown at the Vivid Lights one time, and it was like so colorful and so fantastic to watch that short film. Because when I saw myself
awesome.
behind the scenes of that film, it made me think to myself, wow, I can't believe I just made my first film in this industry. I felt very proud of what I created.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear.
I guess it gives people with disability a sense of being able to establish to do things like that, and sort of gives them confidence.
Always. Loads of confidence indeed. It makes them feel very proud of what they've accomplished.
And if they know people that are disabled,
keep doing the work that you do.
They can do it too.
Exactly. It's like giving them a chance, like to giving them
hope.
Cool. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Heather. Awesome. Moving on. So, how has participating in Buster Films impacted the lives of people with disability? you're saying it helps them, build their confidence.
Exactly.
What else can you add?
So I would say, so if people with disabilities are very confused and they're unsure of what to do, then the best thing that they can do is ask a friend, or they can ask a tutor to help them, because helping one another is the number one priority when it comes to filmmaking.
Cool. No, thank you for that.
Never be afraid to ask.
I think for me,
Yeah, thank you, David.
recently I was helping my tutor film his film because he asked us if we could participate in helping, and he gave us more of a hands-on experience, which was such incredibly helpful for me. And I've learned a lot about the company that he's a part of, because I've heard of it, but I never was helping him with it, and it was such a good experience. And it was because of Bus Stop. He asked us to help with his little passion project. So yeah, I loved working on the film.
Cool. Thank you for that. So working with these participants or actors, can you share any personal stories about their journey and significantly how it influenced them in a film project?
So
Ronan?
yeah, so I would strongly say like participants about their experience, what they've gained, like they always gain like a lot of skills. They gain so much skills by what they can do, and also like some skills are like very similar of what to other people, and it shows them that if they can do something, then they can do it as well. It's like showing people with disabilities that they really can do the activity and they can help. And also like the way I've seen some actors in short films that I've helped behind the scenes with, like they make it like so special, like how they act. For instance, like 2 years ago, I think it was last year, I made a film called Ripple. And that was like simply exciting to watch. Like 2 actors on a boat, and it was like so amazing. And also another thing too is that I think I also made a film called Job Security, like with Eldor and Benjamin Howard. Benjamin Howard and Eldor were the main actors of Job Security, and that was truly inspiring. It really got me inspired to see that film when I created it a few years ago.
And that's also, for those of you who haven't seen it, be sure to check it out.
The way I've seen actors in the films, they're like so smart, and they're like very professional the way I see them.
How can we see these films or get hold of them?
So sometimes people go to like ceremonies called the end of the year showcase, and even the Best of the Bus fundraising. The Best of the Bus fundraising and the end of the year showcases where all the people at Bus Stop Films come together and they watch all the films that they have created, and most of all, they feel so proud of themselves of what they have made.
Are they mainly all short films, or?
Yep.
I would say so,
Or
yes.
are they long ones that have a long duration?
I would
They're
say
mainly 11 minutes long.
Okay.
yeah, 11 minutes long. Yep.
So short films.
Yep. Thank you, David. Heather, do you have anything you want to add?
I think for me was when we were on set of Fences, and me and a girl, we were helping out on set, and one of our actors, who's a big time actor, Colin Reels, he came up to us and was like to both of us, "You two are doing an amazing job," and we both looked at each other and we were like, "That actor said that we were doing a great job," and that just sort of motivated us more on set. And then we had another actor come up to us as well during the filming. Well, he came up to me after we shot the last scene, and he said, you were doing an amazing job." His name is Main Wyatt, and he's an Indigenous actor, and he came up to me and my other friend, who is an ambassador as well, saying that we both did an amazing job on set, and that was such a beautiful moment for both me and my friend to witness.
Awesome.
Nice.
So go back to Ronan. So Ronan, how does Bust Off Films select the stories and themes for their projects?
It takes a lot of brainstorming and a lot of ideas to create when it comes to selecting films and themes. Like, for instance, there's a lot of voting, like for each genre. And also, like, people come up with many ideas in groups, and when they show it to their tutors, then the tutors decide and choose the best genre and the best name for each film. It's like coming up with ideas of a film and a genre and a story, choosing the best one.
Nice. Sounds awesome. Anything you want to add?
So how we do it at Wollongong, we actually have a ideas box, and basically everyone puts in a little idea, and so after, I think it's like the last day of term, we open this ideas box and we look at all the ideas. I think this year we had about 100 ideas. I can't say much about them, but one of the ideas we nail it down to one idea, and then we do that whole idea for the rest of the year.
I've got a question. How do you make sure that the film is very disability friendly?
So for last year, for example, we decided we were sussing out between having a visual impaired or a hearing impaired person, and we went off to doing an vision impaired because I'm a little bit, I can't see properly. That's why I wear glasses. And we looked at how I see a lot of things in the world, and we also looked at how other vision impaired people see things in the world. And yeah, that's how we had someone with a disability as well, and we sort of nailed that down. Don't know about Fences, but we definitely had it for I've Got You.
Beg your pardon?
Yeah, so it's sort of like getting into character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. While we have you, Heather, what are some notable films produced by Bust Off Films that have made an impact on the audience?
So recently Fences was at Flickerfest, and I think one of the notable aspects for that film was how one of the characters, there was a scene in the film, it was very interesting to see the audience's reaction to that. And it was the same with I've Got You. We saw the audience's reaction at I think it was the Wollongong showcase, which we had I think it was like a month ago. And the audience's reaction to how the monster looks and how the robot looks. And they were all like, why is there a robot sun in this film? Or why is there a tentacle? Or whatever. And I think most of them were scared, but others were like questioning it.
Yeah, it gets people thinking.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to add, Ron?
So I would say, like, there was like a film that I did see, like at the Best of the Bus. It's called Sensory Overload.
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite.
Sensory Overload was like, it really got my attention forward. It was like showing people with disabilities overcoming so many challenges that they've had to face. And honestly, like, that film that I saw, Sensory Overload, it was giving me like a lot of bravery. It was giving me so much bravery that I can be strong and be like a brave ambassador to make myself proud.
I actually, one of my favorite films from 2022 was Career Fight. So that starred Ronan in that film, and that was just, I think, having someone with a disability as a main character, or as two main characters, that was such a beautiful little film, and I loved the performances in the film from both the main actors as well as the actors in the background. They were all amazing, and they had someone who was autistic, which was Chloe Hayden, and she's such an inspiration to many people who are autistic or who have another intellectual disability. So I love it.
Most of your films friendly for people with with visually impaired and other disabilities, or so? Because I'm visually impaired, and I'm just wondering if I watch one of your movies, will I understand what's happening?
I'm pretty sure you would. I think the good thing is there's a lot of there's a lot of voice in the film, as well as the soundtrack as well. So hopefully you can understand it a little bit.
Yeah. Is there much narrator?
I don't think there's any narrating in any other films, but yeah.
No.
Because
thank you for that, David.
Okay.
Maybe not. So when it comes to overcoming challenges, what are some of the challenges Buster film and faced in promoting disability inclusion in the film industry? We'll start with you, Aaron.
So yeah, when I first started Bust Off Films, there were a few challenges that I've had to face. Like for instance, like meeting new people, and because at first I didn't know what to expect, and also like when I heard about every film equipment and film activity, like it was nervous for me to decide though, and like it was nervous for me to decide. So the best thing that I could do was just ask, and obviously there is something special I learned: taking initiative. Taking initiative and asking was all I could do. And so I asked the tutors, is there anything that I can do, like any crew position that I can help with? And obviously the tutors asked me, how would you like to work with the camera? And by the time I heard camera, in my fearful feeling turned into a big smile, because I was very happy to do the camera attachment. Like, and ever since then, cameras have been my biggest feeling. It gives me a big discovery on what it's like.
Nice.
Yeah, so
nice. From your enemy to your best friend. Awesome.
Taking initiative and asking, like, it was helping me overcome my fear and challenges. And even meeting new people, like it was a bit nervous at first, but the more conversations I had, the more comfortable I became.
So you could say
It's
experience.
Awesome, right?
Experience created you to have more confidence.
Always.
Building on their confidence. Thank you very much, Ryan. How about you, Heather?
I think for me, one of the most challenging aspects was probably working on a film set. I remember my first day working, because we had 1 day shoot to film our first film, Fences, and I think the most challenging aspect was for me was going up to the actors, and because I saw these actors on our television screens or in movies, and it was very challenging for me to take the courage and go up to them, but they actually came up to me first, and I was just like, oh, that was very challenging. And I think for me as well, like asking a lot of questions. I didn't ask many questions when we were shooting Fences, but I asked a lot more questions when we were shooting I've Got You. I would always go up to our assistant director of I've Got You and asked her, oh, what do I need to put down for the slate? And she just gave me the number on the slate and everything. And then I walked up to one of the makeup ladies and asked about makeup. And I think, asking a lot of questions and showing initiative on a film set is very important.
Do you think it'll be hard for me to act since I'm fully blind?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that, Heather. While we have you, how have these challenges been addressed? And what strategies have been successful?
So yeah, like strategies that have been successful for me is like gaining loads of skill and like building friendships. Building friendships has made every challenge successful, and also working as a team on a film shoot, like it's always been like so helpful to me because I feel so comfortable. Because when I first started working on a film shoot, it was very challenging, but by the time I did camera attachment with a group of people, I felt so comfortable, and like I was feeling very happy because I asked and I took initiative.
And it's building a community, practically.
Thank you very much for that, Ronan. Awesome. How about you, Heather?
I think for me, it's just having a lot of courage on a film set. Like I would go up to our actors. I remember going up to our actress Lara on set of I've Got You, and I even said to her, she's been doing an amazing job as Maya, and she fully appreciated me going up to her because I didn't have the courage before to go up to any of our actors, and she was so lovely to me and to all the participants at in our class as well.
Awesome. That's good to hear. Thank you very much for that, Ronan and Heather. We'll move on to collaboration and community. So how does Boston Films collaborate with other organizations, filmmakers, and the broader community to support the mission or exhibition?
Yeah, so there are a few collaborations that I've seen. Like, for instance, there's like Ironbark Films, sponsored by Julian Newhouse, and also there's like Taste Creative, which is very similar to Buster Films. And many years ago, when I first started working with Taste Creative, it was like one of the most biggest special opportunities that I ever got, and I was feeling so happy. Like, this was a very special opportunity for me to discover. And like, yeah, Taste Creative is wonderful, and also Ironbark Films is great too, because Julian Newhouse is very smart. He's very smart with all the technology that is in store. So yeah, I would say Ironbark Films, Taste Creative, and even there's like, I've seen Panavision, like Panavision with all types of camera equipment that I've been to once.
Cool. Now, thank you for sharing, man.
My pleasure.
Anything you want to add, Heather?
I think that all the organizations that have collaborated with us. But we also collaborate with like the ABC and Channel 10. We have an ambassador who hosts Ready Steady Cook, Miguel, and we also we also collaborate with our other ambassadors, the Governor General and His Excellencies, their Excellencies. They would come and help our films. They helped out one of our Canberra films, which was incredible.
I think it was called Panther of the Dark, was it?
Yeah, that was the one. I think Gerard is in that one.
Jared, it is.
Yeah, he's Jared O'Dwyer is in that one, and he's currently in a little film called, I think, What About Sal? So with John Jarrett.
And also another thing too that Heather mentioned, like Miguel Maestri, like he's amazing. Like some Buster Film students went to Ready Steady Cook to watch him, and also like Heather, myself, and the other ambassadors, we went to the Admiralty House for the Governor General and Mrs. Hurley. Like, it was like such a,
nice.
It was like so royal, at the Admiralty House and we got to interview them.
It was so cool
That's awesome.
It was so cool seeing all the old Governor General's pictures. Cause I'm not a big fan of art, but I love seeing the art that was made and all the history behind Admiralty House as well.
Yeah, I truly agree with
good
Heather.
to hear. That's amazing.
It was very artistic at the Admiralty House.
Cool, interesting.
How do you make
Thank you for
sure
that.
it's
I have that, and
disability-friendly?
So, what was it, David? What were we asking?
How do you make sure that the films are disability friendly?
So, always how every film is made, we do each take and we always make sure that there aren't any errors. Because if there's like a small slip, then the crew asks the actors go again. They keep practicing. They do a couple of takes until they decide the best shot that they really like.
And do you
awesome? No, that's amazing.
Do you make a blind person listen to it first, and a deaf person before?
The actors on the scene, they always ask the crew how well did they do, whether they go again or the film crew like that shot.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Okay. Thank you very much for answering the question, David. We'll move on. You spoke about these great ambassadors, Miguel and others. Talk about having an impact on Boston films. So, in other cases, describe a time when a partnership or collaboration significantly enhanced a project. We'll go to Heather.
I think for me it was how Miguel basically enhanced mise en place, because his work, he never did any advocacy work before, and he was so inept in this whole film industry, and he started promoting bus stop films on his social media accounts, and that's when he started working a lot with our higher ups, with Diana and Tracy, and he started working with all the ambassadors, including Ronan. And then we also did a commercial called, I think it was for bus stop employment,
with shadow and light.
And Miguel was such a good person to work with. He kept everyone laughing, and there was a little competition going on with Miguel and another.
True fact is, Ashley was also on Miss on Place with Heather. So no,
Miguel.
Ashley was also on Miss on Place with Miguel, and those two, they were so splendid in that short film, because when Ashley was making dessert, it really showed Heather and myself that people with disabilities can really make their dreams come true.
Cool. No, that's awesome. Thank you very much, Brandon and Heather. We'll move on. So when we talk about advocacy and awareness, as you briefly mentioned, how does a bus of films use its platform to advocate for the greater awareness as well as inclusion of people with disabilities in the arts and the media.
Yes.
Vernon?
So at Bust Off Films, we do advocate, but we also like to say educate and create as well, because educate, create, and advocate are the three main keys of Bust Off Films, because advocating means like you want to help that person with a disability become more aware of what's around, and also like for the arts and media, like they want to make sure that they're doing an activity perfect and they really enjoy. And also for educate,
Cool.
educate is to like help that person with disability build more skill, get them motivated, and even like build confidence more by the time they come to Bust Off Films. And create, it's like you create them something special, like apply for opportunities to work on a crew position, such as like arts and production and lighting, continuity, first AD, and much more. It's always best to educate, create, and advocate for people who live with disabilities.
Sure is. Amazing work you guys do. Thank you very much, Ronan.
My pleasure.
How about you, Heather?
I think for me is including every single person with a disability. Doesn't matter what disability you have, you're included in the arts and in the media in general. There's always exclusion in the arts industry. That's what I've noticed as a person over the course of recent years. Being doing dancing, there's always exclusion, and there's not enough inclusion. And I honestly hope in the future that there is so much more inclusion in the arts for dancers and for in the media. And it first starts off in the media, and hopefully at Bus Stop Films, we advocate for so much more inclusion for people with disabilities.
Thank you for that, Heather. It's important to be the voice of people with that disability in our communities. Keep on doing the amazing work that you do, Heather and Ronan. In saying that, what are some advocacy initiatives or campaigns that Bust Off Films has been involved in?
So yeah, like there's like so many that Bust Off Films has been involved in, like for advocacy, like for instance, like
name a few.
Yeah, so like for instance, like greeting people, and also like helping VIP people in when you're on something special with Bust Off Films. Like Bust Off Films is always helpful to every campaign that there is to offer. It's always helpful, yeah, because it's so creative, like, and so special. And
cool.
Yeah, like it gives Bust Off Films is like it gives every campaign, like Bust Off Films has a variety of campaigns that they are so loyal to. It's always been an honor. It's always been an honor with Bust Off Films to be involved with every campaign, because like they are so inclusive, and they always they build their hopes grow stronger. taking initiative for advocacy, like it's always important because it always takes a lot of helping as well.
Cool. Thank you for sharing our run. Anything you want to add, Heather?
I think the only campaign that I could think of was the Bus Stop Films Employment. They have as stated, they have an ad starring Ronan, which has been incredibly successful. It's been shown in many movie theaters. I've been to a movie theater where it's been shown at, and I got to see Ronan on the big screen. And I also got to see Ashley and many other Bus Stop Films participants on the big screen, as well as Miguel. But I also think there is having films being shown at film festivals as well. Like me and one of the ambassadors, for example, went to Flickr Fest at an event in Parramatta, and Fences was shown, and we talked about what Bus Stop Films has done for the both of us, and about Fences, and about how Bus Stop Films has helped us grow as people, as individuals in the world today.
Also, what Heather said, like Bus Stop Films Employment, sometimes I do Bus Stop Film. I go to a Bus Stop Films Employment drop-in Zoom online, and I find that activity so much fun because the people are shown how much money it is. The fund has been raised, and it's like pretty interesting. Like it gets me motivated, and then it gets my full attention. Bus Stop Films Employment drop-in Zoom online meetings are like so special to me, and it's always good to check in how well the film industry has been doing and what it's created and accomplished.
Yeah, thank you for sharing, Ronan and Heather. Now we talk about future goals and vision for Bus Stop Films. And so, what are the future goals and vision for Bus Stop Films in terms of expanding?
They're actually
its impact and rate.
Okay, so they're actually doing a first big major film that they're making this year, and they've also got a little study program which happens on Thursdays. So they do another little short film in soon on Thursday night. So they're doing little pathways for people with disabilities. So one of my friends is in the, I think it's there in the writing storyboard, script writing area, and then there's another area that does directing and then editing and all those things. But yeah, where there's going to be a big film happening soon, big feature film.
Yeah, and also like,
ooh, can't wait to check it out.
Like in terms of expanding what I've seen at Bus Stop Films, like I've seen Bus Stop Films been expanding, like for instance Tasmania, and there's like Adelaide, and even there's like the Blue Mountains and Coffs Harbour. And honestly, I think Bus Stop Films is doing great, expanding more and more because people will be given so many chances to do something special at Bus Stop Films.
A lot of people getting opportunities.
And also, like, I would
what
say,
does Bus Stop Film stand for?
I would say the future goal. I would say my future goal at Bus Stop Films is like probably I could work as a director because I've never done director before.
Sounds like a plan. Go for gold, everyone.
Yeah.
Sorry, David, did you ask something?
Yeah, bus stop films. What does bus stop films? Why is it called bus stop films? What does the word bus stop stand for?
The reason being it's called bus stop films because like sometimes people like to say all aboard the bus because it's always welcome to every people with disability who really want to discover the film industry and they want to discover how films are made behind the scenes.
So we're all invited to jump on the ride.
It's just like possibly an expression all aboard the bus. Like it means people are always welcome to join the film industry whenever they want to.
Don't let your disability limit you.
Interesting, very interesting and creative.
Don't let disability discourage you. Like, just
I guess we're not going to drive the bus. We can jump onto the bus.
I would say,
but we'll hope never.
I would say, like you're always welcome to apply yourself for an opportunity to join each class at Bus Stop Films.
Understood.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Ronan.
My pleasure.
And David as well. Heather, do you have anything you want to add?
They're also next year they're also going to be expanding to Darwin in the Northern Territory. So there's going to be another Bus Stop Films class in Darwin. There's hope that there's going to be an expansion across the world, hopefully in all other countries. So that is something that one of their major goals.
No, all the best. Hopefully, all the best.
Yeah, like.
And so, move on. Sorry, yeah, you going to do
like what Heather said. It's true. Darwin is now gonna have Bus Stop Films as well, which means it's gonna be like so big. Like Bus Stop Films is growing bigger and bigger. Like it's simply terrific. Like honestly, like Heather and I feel so proud that Bus Stop Films is expanding all over Australia. It's wonderful.
Yeah, can't wait to see that happen. All the best. And so I ask, how can the broader film industry, so like Hollywood, learn from and support the work of Bus Stop Films?
So the broader film industry, like when people from Bus Stop Films talk to the broader film industry, what Bus Stop Films is, it gives the broader film industry an idea of what it's about and lots of discovery. There's a lot of discovery.
Awesome.
And also it makes them think they want to like be a part of some sort of sponsorship, like, or even a collaboration. Like they want to be like part of a team. Like Bus Stop Films like is always giving.
It's all about being included, huh?
Everything. Bus Stop Films is like the best thing. They give so many opportunities like to the broader film industry. For instance, like Tracy and Nicoletta and Peter, the chairman, those type of people, they give so many public speeches. Yeah, it's the most special feeling.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Aaron. How about you, Heather?
I think
You have anything
because
you
I
wanna add?
attend university, and I did a subject on the content, Australian content, and international context. I think something that the film industry needs to learn is that there's a lot more people with disabilities out there. We're we're slowly starting to learn that with television's series such as Heartbreak High and Heartstopper, and I think we're on the right track, but we need more people with disabilities in the film industry as well.
Yeah, what Heather said's true. Like more people with disabilities join, the more easier it will be helpful. It will be helpful.
Awesome. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Aaron.
My pleasure.
Yeah. Can't wait to see Bus Stop Films grow. You guys are doing an amazing job. Keep up the good work.
Thanks.
And so, our final, I guess, segment is call to action. And so, how can listeners support the mission of Bus Stop Films and get involved in promoting inclusive filmmaking?
It takes a lot of accomplishments.
Aaron, what are your thoughts?
It takes a lot of accomplishment for the listeners' support, and it gives them courage, and also they want to make each film very successful. They want to make each film successful and most of all inclusive. Because always it's always best to be a good listener at Bus Stop Films, and so that people with disabilities can understand every information on what there is.
Thank you for that, Aaron. That's what it's all about, inclusion. So thank you. How about you, Heather? Anything you want to
add? Basically, we donate to Bus Stop Films because many of our films will be funded by it's non-for-profit, so donate. Also, yes, try and see if the films are available, because many of the films such as Fences is currently at Flickerfest, so try and see as many films, Bus Stop Films, as you can. Hopefully they start coming out soon.
Donations are always important because it's part of every fundraising, and if people do see a film that they really, really want to see, then it is the perfect opportunity for them to donate so that they can really see that movie.
Cool. So you heard it from Heather and Ronan. Please donate. Support the cause. These people are doing an amazing job. So get onto it, and we'll provide you with the website in our
actually, Ibby,
section.
There's also there's also a Bus Stop Films website that every person with disability goes to. For instance, there's the student portal. The student portal of Bus Stop Films always gets every person with disabilities a lot of interest, and even it shows them every instruction of every activity, whether they show information on what every film is about, and also they give special activities on the student portal as well.
Interesting. Thank you very much. Can you provide us with the website so I can share it with the others? I have that all running. Thank you. And finally, what advice would you give to other organizations or individuals looking to create inclusive programs, similar to the ones at Bustle Films.
Yeah, so
We'll start with Ronan. Go ahead.
The advice I would give, like, to other organizations and individuals, like, if they really want to see on what the amazing people with disabilities can do at Bust Off Films, such as be creative and make films, and if actors want to be in it, then they're always welcome to take initiative and ask. Like, it's always
Ronan,
Yeah.
how do people that are normal actors, when they have to play a certain part of a different disability,
Yeah, so
do they
it's like
ask for your advice?
applying for an opportunity. It's like you apply for an opportunity to be an actor in a short film, and if you agreed, then the crew will definitely allow you. They'll give you full permission if you agree to apply for an opportunity as an actor, and also like the old saying goes, for every organization and individual, you are all welcome aboard the bus, so hop on and enjoy. So
Enjoy the ride.
yeah, every organization and individuals is always like they're glad to be with Bust Off Films because it's like giving a variety.
Awesome. Now, thank you for that, Ronan. And how about you, Heather? What advice would you give?
I honestly, I think definitely be involved, or even to an extent ask the Bust Up Films people how they promote and how they create and advocate and educate people with disabilities to do the same program as well. And there should be more inclusivity in the world, and hopefully we are promoting that and advocating for that as well, and educating those with disabilities. So those who are neurotypical.
Films really wants to do for people with disabilities is to make the whole film industry of Bust Off Films inclusive. Inclusiveness is the major key of Bust Off Films.
No, thank you for that, Heather, and I couldn't have said it better myself.
A pleasure, Ibby.
Thank you. And as leaders, in this space, creating films, and promoting disability inclusion through filmmaking. It's a very, I guess, it's an honor to have you, both on the show, promoting the amazing work that you do.
Every organization and individuals, they are so thankful to Bust Off Films. Bust Off Films do such an amazing job.
Yes, and you keep doing the amazing job that you do. And we're forever grateful that, you've started all this. So please, if you would like to donate and help support the cause, go for it. Go for it. Every dollar counts. I thank Ronan and Heather once again.
We should put
for being on the podcast
on the instructions.
Yeah, thank you, David. We'll get to that, and we'll let everyone know, where to go and how much to donate. And thank you very much. Your donations are greatly appreciated. But for now, thank you, Ronan. Thank you, thank you, Heather, for being on the show. And we look
pleasure,
forward to
Thank
having
you.
you on the show in the future.
Our pleasure, Ibby.
To give us an update on the amazing work that you do. Make sure to check out their website and their films. These guys are awesome. Thank you very much. You've been watching CripChat, your weekly podcast on everything. Now.
Yeah.